Hello, absent Algebra 1 students. That was your good old peer Trinity. Just wanted to say hi. We are going to jump into multiplying binomials. So we've done a monomial times a polynomial. Today, I want to do the steps of a polynomial times a polynomial. So what that's going to consist of is just starting out with this binomial times a binomial. And there's actually two methods we can go about dealing with this, all right? So both of these methods are actually stemming from, well, actually this first method I'm going to show you, the FOIL method, stems from distribution. It's kind of like double distribution in a sense, okay? So looking at number one, just taking this as an example, I'm going to start out, these guys are multiplying by each other. There's no addition, subtraction between them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to FOIL this. And FOIL is just an acronym. It goes for first, outer, and then I move on to the two, and I go inner, last, okay?
What the heck?
Yes, so it looks like rainbows, all right? So I'm double distributing, really, is what I'm doing, and I need to also keep in mind my product rule when it comes to combining my exponents, right? So let's try this. So I'm doing x times x, which gives me x squared. Then I do x times 4. That gives me positive 4x. And then I move on to my 2. I do 2 times x. That gives me a positive 2x. And finally, 2 times 4 gives me a positive 8. Once I've done my multiplication, then I look and see, can I combine any like terms? And what says you, Algebra 1? Can we combine any like terms here? Bond. Yes, we could do the 2x and the 4x. So my final answer would actually be x squared. 4x plus 2x is 6x, and then plus 8. And that guy is finished. That is the FOIL method. Some of you guys are really going to love the FOIL method because we're used to distribution. But I'm going to show you one other method that some of you might like to do instead. And I don't care if you do either one, whichever one you prefer, okay? When we've multiplied in the past, like when we just did basic arithmetic, we did like 13 times 18, but we wouldn't set it up like that. We would stack it on top of each other. It'd be 13 times 18, like this. Well, I'm going to do the same idea just with these binomials. I'm going to stack these guys and do k plus 6 times k plus 3. This is my stack method. Okay, I just stacked the binomials on top of each other. And so, when we multiply this guy, well, if I'm doing 13 times 18, how would I start that guy off? Trinity.
You would times 8 times 3 and then 8 times 1.
Yes, so 8 times 3 gives me 24. I carry the 2. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10. And then what do I do right below my 4 right here?
You put an X.
Put a 0 or an X, some kind of placeholder, and then you do 1 times 3, 1 times 1. Same thing with this. Yeah. So let's do it again. We're going to do 3 times 6 is 18. Okay. 3 times K is 3K.
Plus
3K, that plus 18.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
And we're done with the 3. We multiplied the 3, right? So what do I need below? A placeholder, right? And I don't want to use X because, well, for kind of maybe obvious reasons, right? So let's go ahead, let's just use 0 as our placeholder, and then we'll do K times 6, which is 6K. And then K times K is, no, K squared. All right. Now, I kind of ran out of room here, so I'll move this guy up here. I apologize for that. I'm just moving it up here, okay? The stack method. Yeah, so if you notice doing it this way, look, all the like terms are already lined up, right?
The other way seems...
And Amora, I just drew a line to take this up here so I have room, okay? So I'm going to add these. I'm going to do k squared plus 9k plus 18, and that would be my answer for that guy. So I want to ask you guys, personally, do you guys prefer to FOIL? Raise your hand if you prefer to FOIL. All right, hands down. Raise your hand if you prefer to stack. Okay. Personally, I don't care either way. Okay? For consistency purposes, I'm going to be foiling for the most part. Okay? I'm sorry. It's just, the most of the time you're going to see it written like this, and I just think the FOIL method is useful for just, because we're used to distribution as well, right? If you like the stack method, go for it, though. I will not stop you. You'll get the same answer, regardless, right? It's not too bad. Let's look at number 11, just as an example. Okay? So I'm going to FOIL this guy. So I'm going to go first, outer, all right, and then I go to my 5B, inner, and last. And now we're just going to multiply.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Yeah, Trinity, you want to go for it? Yeah.
It's going to be 2h squared.
Yep.
And then,
Ooh, 2a times negative 4b. Negative 8, and then we have an a and a b, right? So ab. There we go. And then we have 5b times a.
So it's going to be 5ba.
Yeah,
And then
I'm going to write it like this, but yes, you're right.
5, I think it's 20. It's 20, right?
Yeah, is it positive or negative 20?
It's negative.
Yeah, so 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Negative 20 what?
B squared.
B squared. Awesome. Can I combine any like terms?
Yeah.
These guys right here. Yeah, negative 8 plus 5, that gives me a negative 3ab. And then everything else is just going to drop down. 2a squared minus 3ab minus 20b squared. And that would be my answer. Okay. Now, Trinity, you were not wrong when you said, "Oh, well, that's going to be a positive 5ba." You're not wrong by saying that. If I wrote it like ba, I feel like you guys would have missed the fact that those guys would have been like terms, though.
Yeah, I did have to.
Yeah, exactly. But with multiplication, it doesn't matter if you're doing 3 times 2 or 2 times 3, right? It doesn't matter if you have b times a or a times b. Either way, they would have been like terms, but I want you aware of that, okay? Common misconception, all right?
So it could go either way, but either way it would be like 10.
Either way, they're like terms, yeah, okay? Again, same variables and same exponents. That's all you're looking for, all right? Let's check out something like 22, though, below. Because this guy, some of you guys were looking at it early on, and you had some pretty awesome ideas. You were thinking about your power rule, bless you. You were thinking about your power rule from when we did monomials, because you see this outside exponent. But that's not really what it's asking. X plus 4 squared, how can I rewrite that?
Or x to the square.
Careful. How do I rewrite, like, how would I rewrite, like, 3 squared? Or, Richard, you got it? Yes, sir.
What the heck?
X plus 4 times x plus 4 is the same thing as x plus 4 squared, is it not? Yeah, it's the same exact thing. So when you see that, like 23, again, it's 2m minus 5 times 2m minus 5. You're going to be foiling again. Just you're foiling the same thing. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's, well, foil this guy. All right? So first, outer,
How is this the one thing you don't get?
inner, and last.
Even I get this one.
We got this. Okay. So we have x times x, which gives me x squared. X times 4,
Oh, no. 4x.
4x. 4 times x, another 4x. And 4 times 4 gives me a positive 16. And I can combine those middle terms together to get 8x. So my final answer is x squared plus 8x plus 16. And there we go. That guy would be done. Fantastic.
Dang. I'm so smart.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, absent students. It was nice to have you. Make sure you watch this video lesson in its entirety so you don't miss stuff. Pause, rewind if you need to, and do this before you come to school on Monday
Bye.
because
I
it'll
don't
help
like
you. That was Dwayne. It's okay.